Hi friends, welcome to Crack Grade B. We are back with yet another important lecture on the current affairs series that we are running in our YouTube channel. And this video is from the 26th and 27th November 2021. So let's begin. So the first piece of news article is the Global State of Democracy Report 2021. Now, this report is being released by the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, International IDEA. Right, so this is the organization that releases this. It was founded in 1995 and 33 member states are the member as of now. Okay, let's see what's the highlights of the report. See, democratically elected government including stabilized democracy. So what do you mean by stabilized democracy? US, India, like the democracy in this country flourished from a very long time. So India from the beginning, okay, including stabilized democracy, are increasingly adopting authoritarian tactics. Then the pandemic placed considered stress on democracy across the region by imposing inevitable restriction on movement and where government were sensitive to criticism, also restriction on freedom of expression. So see, let's understand the important keywords. Authoritarian tactics. Now, what is this? So this is something, this is something a matter of debate because when elected government takes some initiative, okay, there are many people in the economy, many people in the country that may not like. Obviously, that is democracy. There has to be someone, yes, there has to be someone who will say no. Right now, no, always the people who say yes, the sound are less. Like if you accept something of the government, you won't make much noise. But if you don't accept some decision of the government, your noise would be heard higher and you would be loud enough to tell that no, I don't do it. Okay, so this is the problem with every kind of government, right? And this is related to psychology as well. Yes, if we accept something, okay, that's fine. We never, go and tell yes, 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 that's good. No, but if we do not like something, obviously we will have to, raise our voice so that we are heard. So this is a matter of debate. Authoritarian tactics. Now, what actually is authoritarian tactics? You never know. Okay. So what does this report wants to tell is not made clear. But if I have to give an example of China and Russia, you can, like the present presidents of this both the countries have made some rules where they can be the president for the very long time or throughout their lifetime. Okay, so that is a kind of authoritarian tactics. But in democracy, obviously, at some level, authoritarian tactics prevail with every government. But yes, there is another fact to it. Now, why we are discussing this story? Because we have descriptive writing. Like in every lecture, we keep on reminding. Then the pandemic. About what does the report says about the pandemic? It says that due to pandemic, many people could not even move out of their home, could not express themselves in terms of negativity or positivity related to what government is doing, be it at the state level or at the central level. So some or the other way, the report highlights that due to pandemic, people could not express themselves. So the freedom of expression were restricted. Obviously, yes. So when the lockdown happened, we were put on our own home. We were not able to go out, but that can be understood because that's once in a once in a lifetime. Maybe one person can see this type of. So the last pandemic was the Spanish flu more than 100 years ago. Okay, so our previous generation might have seen that. They may not even remember what restriction were put on then. But we, as in this generation, we will see Corona, and once this goes, maybe for another pandemic, it would take another 200 years or 100 years or so, because obviously this Corona will give all the government a lesson so that they prepare themselves for the future, right? So, the democracy backsliding has often enjoyed significant popular support. The report highlighted the case of Brazil and India as some of the most worrying example of backsliding. sliding. Okay, so this is very important in terms of comment about India. India remained in the category of mid-level performing democracy as it is since 2000. So since 2000, India is a mid-level performing democracy, right? So let's move further with the next news article. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Okay, so you had been hearing this news for at least after every three months, right? Why? Because the government has been extending from phase one to phase two to phase three to phase four, now phase five, right? So the what government did was government extended this to another 4 months till December 2021. Okay, four was till Diwali, and this is now being done December 21 till, sorry, the fourth one was till December 21, and this one to March 22. So we are not going to discuss what is Pradhan Mantri Kalyan Anna Yojana because we are very sure that you already know this. But if you do not know this, then there is something, you are missing out in your preparation, because this scheme has been into the news almost every month. Every 3 months there was extension, and in every month there were some of the other news related to this Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Let us see few data. So the phase 1 and phase 2 of the scheme was operational from April to June 2020 and July to November 2020 respectively. So this is the timeline. The phase 3 of the scheme was from the May to June 2021. The phase 4, which is currently operational from July to November 21. Okay. The phase 5 is from December 2021 till March 2022, would entail an estimated additional food subsidy of 53,344.52 crore. So, this is the amount that the government will bond for extending this scheme. Overall, the government will be incurring expenditure of nearly 2.60 lakh crore in from phase 1 to phase 5, right? So let's move to the next news article, that is Ocean Service Modeling Application Resources and Technology, OSMART. Now, what is OSMART? The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, who had this, the Prime Minister, right, gave its approval for continuation of the umbrella scheme OSMART. This scheme is from the Ministry of Earth and Science for the implementation 2021 to 26, over a cost of 2177 crore. This scheme encompasses 7 sub-schemes. So we have not, got 7 sub-schemes because that is something not very much important when it comes to RBI and NABARD and SEBI exam. Right? Because this is related to Ministry of Earth and Science. But yes, you should know that there is an scheme. Okay. So, and that scheme has got an extension. What's the amount? But let's not get into the technicalities of OSMART. But yes, certainly objective is important. So, OSMART being a multidisciplinary continuing scheme, the ongoing extensive research and technology development activities would augment capacity building of the nation in ocean geographic field of at the international level. So, this scheme is related to research in the ocean. Okay, so let's move to the next news article. National Apprenticeship Training Scheme. Okay, so the Prime Minister accorded his approval for statutory supports of rupees 3054 crore to apprentices who undergo apprenticeship under the National Apprenticeship Training Scheme of the Ministry of Education for a period of 21-22 to 25-26. Okay, means up to 31st 3 means 31st of March 2026. So approximately 9 lakh apprentices will be trained by the industry and commercial organization. Okay, so this is basically a skill development and capacity building. Now, what is the outcome of this type of initiative is, people apart from their normal education get trained into the trades of industry. Okay, so see, this apprenticeship will not be given training in any of the trades. The trades that are currently important in the economy will be given training on that subjects, right? So let's Move further. Let's see few more details. The apprentices who have completed graduate and diploma program in engineering, humanities, science, commerce will be given a stipend of rupees 9,000 and 8,000 per month. The government has approved an expenditure of more than rupees 3,000 crore during the next 5 years, which is about 4.5 times the expenditure made during the last previous 5 years. Okay, the increased expenditure of apprenticeship is in line with the thrust with National Education Policy 2020 has given to apprenticeship. Okay, so again, the new education policy, gives thrust to practical based study rather than book based or theory based studies. See, if we learn the theory, we know how and what to do, right? But if we are not learning what practical is, no books can replace the practical, right? No books. See, it's like, books came after the practicals. So let's say when someone was building the bulb, the Thomas Edison, okay, when he invented the bulb, he did not read anything in the book and invented, right? So he invented, and then books were written on how bulbs are made. There is a tungsten film in between, okay, and then further research led to the invention of different type of bulb, let's say CFL and um, LED bulbs, and nowadays smart bulb is also there that can connect to Wi-Fi. So yes, you should think in this line. So practical is very important. So this type of scheme, is will having a cascading effect for a very long time. And also this type of scheme will not show its result in one day. This is very long scheme. Then the scheme aims to raise the standard of skill level by strengthening the skill ecosystem. As a result, will provide employment to approximately 7 lakh youth in the next 5 years. How? Again, I would like to give you an example. Let's say automobile industry is flourishing in India. Okay. But what if the engineers, the technicians, the electricians are not trained to handle automobile manufacturing? They will not be employed in that industry. Whatever their stream is, whatever their percentage is, that won't matter. It will only They will only be employed when they know about the technicalities of automobile. So that is how it is. So this type of a scheme will obviously generate employment, specialized employment, you can say, because these are sector specific skills. Let's move further. PM Gati Shakti Bison and team conducts capacity building exercise. Now, what is PM Gati Shakti? PM Gati Shakti is nothing but a platform. Okay, so a platform, and it has a framework where it will bring all the departments of the government into its fold. Okay, let's say the PM Gati Shakti is an umbrella, and all the departments are under it, where they can share information with each other. This means when there is a sharing of information, when there is project related discussion, and when there is a platform like this, there has to be a very good technology. So this platform is being developed by Bhaskar Bhaskacharya National Institute for Space Application and Geoinformatics. Okay, in a dynamic geographical information system platform wherein data on a specific action plan of the ministry's department is being incorporated within a comprehensive database. Right, so they have conducted a kind of meeting, the kind of exercise, to further move ahead with the plan of PM Gati Shakti. That's it. So basically, the takeaway from this news is Pearson and is the team who is going to be the partner in terms of technology, right? Who is going to bring everyone under its umbrella and bring everyone and so that everyone can share that comprehensive database that they create under PM Gati Shakti. Let's move forward. PM-WANI framework. So I hope you already know this stream, right? So this is not something new. This PM Wi-Fi access network interface, it is PM-WANI framework. Okay. So light touch regulation has been done. So this will encourage entrepreneurs to set up public Wi-Fi hotspot and generate additional revenue for themselves. Okay. So what this basically scheme is, well, let's take an example. Let's say there is a uh, uh, small pan thela or a chai wala. Okay. So what he does is he fixes a Wi-Fi router in his shop. Okay. So आसपास में समझो कुछ घर है कुछ लोग हैं they uses his Wi-Fi and through that he generates an additional income 50 रुपए कुछ महीने में लेके he will give access. Okay, that is what PM Wi-Fi is. Okay, so the government has come out with a very light touch regulation about it now. So it what is PM-WANI scheme? Let us just have a look in two lines. Aims to set up public Wi-Fi networks by public data office aggregators to provide public Wi-Fi service through public data offices and spread across length and breadth of the country to accelerate proliferation of broadband internet service. So there is a webinar that was done. Fine. Let's move forward with the next scheme. Equalization Levy 2020. See, this term may sound very complex to you, but let me clear it out. You have heard about the Google tax. Okay, this is related to that. So what happens is, let's say Google do not have its office in India. Let us take an example, right? Still, we as an Indian use Google services. Okay, we as an Indian use Gmail. We as an Indian use the YouTube. We as an Indian use the Google search engine. But what happens is the Indian business house or the foreign business house will put their ad in the Google network, and Google will put that ad in the Indian territory. So what basically happening is Google is earning from India, although it do not have any office. So we have taken an hypothetical example where Google do not have an office in India, right? Google do not have office in India. So this is loss to government, right? Because Google is not even employing one person in India. Google is not does not have any office in India. Google do not give any tax to Indian government except the GST part. If Indians give the ads and all, so in Google is earning from India. Let's say there is a foreign company which acts in India. Okay, so in that case, they do not give GST to Indian government. They give GST or whatever indirect tax to their own respective government. But Google is placing that ads in India. Okay, so in that scenario, Google is earning from India, although it's not paying any taxes to the Indian government. So this is not right. This is what the issue is, right? So you might have heard that GAFA tax, Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple. Okay, GAFA tax. So what happened in this equalization levy is India and United States joined 134 other members of OECD G20 inclusive framework, including Australia, France, Italy, Spain, and United Kingdom in reaching agreement on the statement of two-pillar solution to address the tax challenge arising from digitalization of the economy. The proposed two-pillar solution of the global tax deal consists of two components. Number one, which is about relocation of an additional share of profit to the market jurisdiction, and pillar 2 consists of a minimum tax and subject to tax rules. So on October 21, 2021, what happened? United States and Australia, France, and all these countries reached an agreement on transitional approach to existing unilateral measures while implementing pillar 1. Okay. So India and United States have agreed the same terms that apply under the October 21 joint statement. And what is that? That India, with respect to India's charge of 2% equalization levy on e-commerce supply of service, and the United States takes action regardless of the said equalization levy, right? And the final agreement will be finalized later. Let's move further. NFHS 5 is to finding. Okay, so this is very important. So this phase 2 do not consist of all these states. Only these are the states that are given in the list were covered under the phase 2. In phase 1, the 22 states and UT covered, and the released report was released on December 2020. Okay, so let's move further and let's see. So there are 131 key indicators. So the results are total fertility rate. Okay, TFR, an average number of children per woman, has declined to 2.222. So what this means is that the population has reached to a replacement level. Okay, has reached to a replacement level. What is TFR? TFR मतलब क्या है? एक healthy woman अपने जीवन काल में how many child she gives birth to, वो कितने सारे बच्चे पैदा करती है, that is TFR, total fertility rate. ठीक है, तो ये देखा जा रहा है कि जो एवरेज है पर वुमन का वो 2 है. 2 का मतलब क्या है? देखो, माँ बाप, राइट? सो माँ बाप के 2 बच्चे, the woman has given birth to the 2 child, right? Now this 2 child will also, let's say there are 2 girl child, let's take that example. Okay, so this 2 child, so see, when this maa baap, when the parents dies, okay, they have offspring, 2 offspring है उनके. तो ये क्या होगा? पॉपुलेशन को रिप्लेस करना होगा. पॉपुलेशन बढ़ा नहीं है, वो 2 लोग ने 2 लोगों को पैदा किया और वो 2 लोग खत्म जब हो जाएंगे तो उनके रिप्लेसमेंट में ये 2 लोग हैं. गॉट इट? फिर मान के चलो ये 2 लोग से और 2 लोग और 4 लोग पैदा होते हैं. ओके, तो ये 2 लोग के जो 2 पार्टनर मिलके 4 होंगे, तो ये 4 एक दिन जब मर जाएंगे तो वो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के 4 रह जाएंगे. मीन्स TFR2 means the population is at replacement level. Okay, so now I have tried to explain you just by words, but if in any case, if any of you have not understood, please do not hesitate to comment it. I will present this graphically, and I'm very sure that you will understand. The video will be very short, 2 to 3 minutes video. What is replacement level in the economy, you will understand, in the population, right? So these are the few data points, right, that you should be taking a screenshot of. और जो तुमको याद रहेगा बहुत ही अच्छी बात है, because you will have to remember everything. Since there is no exam, okay, you have enough time to mug this up. Yes, this is the first time I'm using mug this up because this is that level of importance. ये जो डेटा है, this is that level of importance where you can mug it up. Okay, let's move forward. Again, here also take this screenshot. There is no point in reading. Every point is important. Okay, so we have read the entire NFHS finding fact sheet and we bring out to you everything point by point. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो आप छोड़ सकते हो. Let's move further with few more details. Again, the same thing. If there is some any word that you do not understand, do let me know in the comment section. But जो भी है, जो समझ में नहीं आने वाला था, वो I have already explained it. But what if you do not understand anything else? Let us know in the comment section. Okay. See, now TFR. So let's compare TFR of NFHS 5 and NFHS 4. तो देखो 5 में पंजाब में 1.6, वेस्ट बंगाल में 1.6 से 1.8 हो गया. So this is this is very good data. This is very good, means average कम है. तो ये सारे states में we can say that there are many couple who just have one children, because if the average is below 2, अगर 2 से कम आए, देखो आधे बच्चे तो कोई पैदा कर नहीं सकता ना. There has to be either 1 or 2 child. So if the data says, let's say 1.6 or 1.8 in Punjab and West Bengal respectively, this does mean that there are many couple in these states जहाँ पे the couple who are 2 people, right, have only 1 child. So even when they die, they just have 1 offspring. Okay, so this is not replacement. ये तो कम हो गया population, right? So lowest पे ऐसा हुआ है. Highest पे बिहार, मेघालय, यूपी, झारखंड and मणिपुर. Okay, so Bihar, see, it's still 3.4. On an average, On an average, still the woman gives birth to 3 child, or you can say 4 or 5 child as well. That Bihar government should obviously take care of. Let's move further with the next news article, that is Global Employability University Ranking and Survey. Okay, this survey was published by the Times Higher Education, has revealed the world top 250 universities according to the recruiters. Important क्या है? Recruiters से important है, right? See, nobody. Yes, obviously academics is important. The results are important, but what is important is the placement. The academics is of no use when a child is not getting the job after studying from that particular university or college. So you can see that this is one of the thing that is very very important. So this is 11th Global Employability University Ranking and Survey. This surveyed 10,928 international recruiters and managers in 23 countries and regions. So what the data is, US is home to world top 3 universities and turns around 10-year decline across ranking. US, France, UK are the best represented country in the table from a total of 44 countries and regions. ये 3 countries सबसे best है. Then mainland China sees university climb due to the strength in graduate skill and work experience. Okay, means China is growing. Indian university sees clear rise for the first time in years due to the strength in subject specialization and graduate skills. देखो, although Indian education is not that far with the US, France, and UK to say so, but you can also tell that our university, the academics in IITs and IIMs and ISCs and few more colleges are still one of the best because they have produced some best people who are leading some big tech companies, big very big companies of the world. Okay, so even the report says that Indian universities is clear rise for the first time due to the strengths in subjects. Means whatever we teach, whatever the specialization that Indian university teach in terms of practical and academics, that is one of the best in it. Okay. Spain doubles number of ranked universities in 2 years, driven by the graduate skill, focus on work experience and digital specialization. UK, Israel, and India stand out for the specialization. Right? Next is rank 27. So what is the rank for the Indian IIT Delhi? IIT Delhi rank is 27. Leads Indian institution rise in the latest survey. While IIT Delhi rank was unchanged from the last year, means last year also it was 27, it was followed by the IISc Bengaluru, which climbed 10 place to be ranked at 61st. Then other 3 Indian institutions forming the top 5 of the country, including IIT Bombay at 97, IIM Ahmedabad at 162, and IIT Kharagpur at 170. Right? So let's move to the next news article. But yeah, this is the top 10 rank that you can see, and this is the indicators or drivers that were seen in the survey. Gopal Ratna Award and National Milk Day. Okay, so recently there was National Milk Day, but what is important for us is in National World Day, Gopal Ratna Award will be given. This is one of the highest national award in the field of livestock dairy sector. Okay, so this is the award category. First rank will get 5 lakh rupees, second one will 3 lakh, and the third rank will get 2 lakh rupees. Let's move further. River City Alliance. Okay, so this is very good initiative from the Ministry of Jal Shakti, because I would like to tell you an example. So when a river crosses 2 or more states, obviously in India that does, there are always disputes regarding water. The Kaveri water dispute between the 2 states is in the Supreme Court, right? Then a Mahanadi water dispute between the state of, I think, Orissa and Chhattisgarh is with the High Court of, I don't remember in which High Court, but yes, it is again a matter of dispute. Okay, so who keeps how much water All these things, are even many a times the central government cannot address, because the government, let's take an example of Chhattisgarh, Odisha and central government. The central government is being ruled by the BJP. The Odisha government is being ruled by the Biju Janata Dal, and the Chhattisgarh government is being ruled by the Congress, International Congress. So there cannot be concessions between the three, because all three comes from a different political ideology. So very hard chances of coming. So this type of initiative at bureaucratic level would work, because in India what we have seen, when there is a failure of political system, the bureaucratic system still works. So there is a cooperative federalism when it comes to bureaucracy. So Union Minister of Jal Shakti Sri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat launched the River City Alliance, a dedicated platform for river cities in India to ideate, discuss and exchange information for sustainable management of urban rivers. Right? So the alliance will focus on three broad categories: networking, capacity building, and technical support. Okay. So this alliance will be set up in National Institute for Urban Affairs, or NMCG support. Okay. With this, we have come to the end of this lecture. We wish you very good luck for your examinations. Thank you from Team Crack Delphi.